Welcome to Vaders Fist. I'm Lucas.
I'm George.
And this is our new member, Tyler, aka Dark Ginger.
Or Ginge for
Say
sure.
hi to the viewers.
Hello.
So, the way this is going to go down, George, let us know what our topics are.
Alright, so first up, Tyler, what do you think of Rogue One?
Well, I mean, not having watched too much Star Wars lately, I thought it was pretty interesting because it was a whole look into as you know, like what transpired from 3 to 4, with the Rebel getting the plans for the Death Star and all that. So,
What'd you think of Felicity Jones, the main chick?
I mean,
What do you think of like Disney going with like women lead roles now?
that's
Let's not get into
more power to them, you know.
Let's not get into a big topic here.
So you like the trailer? You like what you saw?
Yeah.
I mean, then again, there's really not a lot to see too. I mean, it's only 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But it is more than what we got in the teaser for The Force Awakens for sure. 'Cause that was like a 15 or a minute one. I think it was a minute.
Yeah, maybe 50
But
seconds.
yeah, bouncing off that, the new trailer. Well, I was expecting a new trailer to come out because obviously, guys, it's May the 4th. Huh? May the 4th. Huh? Funny. National Star Wars Day, guys. It's awesome. It's a great time to be a Star Wars fan. But bouncing off that, when could we see a new trailer for Rogue One? I am thinking personally is Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah, I mean, which if you guys don't know that, it's gonna be in London this year, end of June-ish.
July 15th through the 17th.
Which actually next year it's in Orlando, and me and Lucas are definitely going, so that's gonna be awesome.
And one of our hopefully other members, yeah, we'll reveal that next week. He'll be on the show. We'll let you in on that one.
Let's bounce off of that. There's been a lot of speculation, like is Snoke in the Bactu tank, and I just don't.
I don't think so. Pablo Hidalgo is like the main story person, and he people were asking him that on Twitter, and he just shut it down. Like that, I totally agree. I would hate it if Snoke were in Rogue One because it wouldn't. He said, he says that he was there for the rise and fall of the Empire, but he never elaborates on what he's doing. You know what I mean?
And if he really is Plagueis, which at this point I actually don't think he is anymore, because I don't think they're going to do that. But it wouldn't make sense for him to be there because he'd be in the shadows.
Yeah. What do you think, Snow?
I mean, yeah, it wouldn't make sense. It's quite a time gap, I think.
And it's also and they're trying to make the standalone movies a little different than the others.
Yeah. They want them to be separate.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it's a cool little thing to think about. Like, it's fun for fans like us to speculate. Oh, is he in there? Is he in there? Nah, he's not. And I'm glad. Now that lowers our expectations a little bit, because then we're getting all this stuff about Episode 8. Which is our next topic.
Right, guys, there's, now, if you go back to, one of our first videos, we kind of fought whether Rey is Luke's daughter or she's the reincarnation of Anakin. And actually, it's resurfaced where a lot more people are going into the kind of thing where, oh, she's the reincarnation. Because there's a plot leak where there's a supposed plot leak where he's like,
warning, spoilers.
Rey.
Potential spoilers.
Potentially, but probably not. He's like, Rey, you're my father. Which, at this point, for us, I don't know. For me personally, and Lucas for sure, I don't think that's...
No, I just think that would... It's hard for me to even imagine that, because...
It seems a little far-fetched.
Yeah, a little too... Because it's like...
It's taking it too far.
Yes,
because there's only one, so, I mean, I guess it makes sense because there's only one he'd be reincarnated, but it's almost kind of like, if you watch the show Avatar: The Last Airbender, growing up for
Love that show.
Yeah, awesome. Let's not get too off topic, but it's too Avatar-ish.
And it's just I don't know. I don't like the fact I'd be totally down if she was his daughter, and then it went through the lineage of, because the saga movies are a Skywalker story.
Right, or she doesn't even if she isn't the daughter and just a student, it's fine.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
I want her to be her own person. It doesn't have to be Anakin to be a good movie. I think that'd be pushing.
It would make it honestly.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, that just seems a bit much for me.
How can you make a good move? Like, they're promising us a different spin. That would be a different spin, but it's not the different spin I would want.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I want episode 8 to start off where Luke goes and trains Rey, and Anakin shows up, and Obi-Wan shows up, and Yoda shows up, and he's training him. I kind of like that picture that they took a while back for Daisy's birthday, and it showed Mark Hamill on top of her, like Yoda was on Luke's back training, and it's like, dude, that's what we're potentially looking at. Not actually him being on her. That'd just be weird. But
plus probably heavy.
Yeah. But
Not saying. No,
I mean, he's probably gained a lot of weight.
That's not saying that Rey isn't. I'm not saying that Daisy, you're not strong, but I'm just saying that he's a lot bigger than he used to be.
Yeah,
he's not in shape anymore.
But I mean, it'd be sweet because I've heard there have been multiple rumors that Hayden Christensen could be back as
Which
Anakin
I would
Skywalker, and I would
love
mind
that because episode 3, honestly, I thought he did.
I mean, all three of us really grew up on the prequels, and
yeah.
I mean, I've come to not like 1 and 2, but I absolutely love 3.
I mean, one's ending fight scene is one of the best, but besides that, yeah.
And I mean, it's Darth Maul. I mean, how you can't beat it.
One of the best, one of my favorite villains.
Liam Neeson's even in that, dude.
Yeah, it's Liam Neeson.
Yeah. Honestly, you know, it'd be really cool. You know, it'd be really cool is that if they, since Qui-Gon was a huge part of getting Force Ghosts, if he showed up,
in the Clone Wars,
if he showed up, that would be sweet. That would be a good callback. But
plus, I mean,
they won't ever do that though, because they want to move away from the prequels, and they're getting.
They probably want to get Liam Neeson to come back.
And he's gonna probably do another Taken 6.
He's too busy in Scotland.
He's busy fighting wolves.
Yeah.
Liam, if you're watching this, I'm very sorry.
Yeah, with the chances of him watching this.
Yeah, probably not very big.
So, I mean, it's so far-fetched, but there's another thing that a lot of people are coming around saying that, hell, she could be a Kenobi. And that makes it really interesting.
You know, Tyler was actually reading an article. Do you have anything else on that?
It was just a friend of mine. He writes his own reviews, and he just went in like on his thoughts about if Rey could be a Kenobi instead of a Skywalker, and he made some pretty good points about it. I didn't really finish the article, but
I mean, think about her vision. Like, Obi-Wan is a very big part of it.
Yeah, which they actually took part of.
They took part of Alec Guinness saying Rey, and it's just like, how can you not like that? That's something that could be really interesting.
It's got to be in the
what if she could be both? What if Luke, like, let's say Obi-Wan, because they're gonna have a standalone Obi-Wan movie. Yeah. So let's say Obi-Wan has a girl or whatever.
Well, he did have a love interest.
She did die in the Clone Wars.
She did. But
sorry, Tyler. Spoiler alert, you haven't seen the Clone Wars. But yeah, Obi-Wan's got a love interest.
He's so confused.
That's okay.
But it would be interesting to have him have a daughter that they don't know of, and then Luke finds her, trains her, and then ends up having like a Mara Jade Legends type of thing. And then have Rey, and she could be both a Skywalker and a Kenobi.
Or you bring Mara Jade into it, and he can always just be Luke's daughter with Mara Jade.
Yeah, I mean it.
So the possibilities are endless. And another thing with these plot leaks is half the time I find it actually isn't real. It's just somebody trying to get views on YouTube.
And speculation. It's sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's like, especially with. And I follow almost everybody on Twitter. Let's be real. If I've got to keep up with my Star Wars,
she's kind of a Twitter hound.
I gotta keep up with it. But I follow Ryan Johnson, who's the director of Episode 8, and he was like, "Don't believe any of this stuff. We didn't release anything. Like they're making this up. There's nothing true about it." And you just gotta be careful. You know what I mean? Like,
I recommend not even clicking on it.
Yeah.
It's probably.
I listened to it, and I was just like,
this is just
no,
right.
This is rubbish.
This is wrong.
And Yeah, it's not. It wasn't. I don't know. It just wasn't my thing.
Right.
But
Let's okay. So again, we're gonna do the second version of this segment. It's actually we're gonna title it Lucas's Comic Corner.
not only comics,
But
but we got books. And one book that just came out yesterday is Star Wars Bloodline by Claudia Gray. So far, I'm 6 chapters in, and I love it. I love it.
Earlier today, Lucas was telling me about it. He said, George, I was literally sitting in my room for like 2 hours reading this. I love it.
Yeah, it's
he was like giddy like a little schoolgirl.
It's really good. It's not like you're being. Some writers like Aftermath was.
I read 1 chapter and I threw it to the ground. I was done. And I looked up on YouTube and some guy summarized it in 2 minutes.
And it just he did not. He was trying to make it feel like Star Wars. Like
he was trying too hard. When he's actually it was very well written. I'm just saying, you just don't need to try as hard. Just write it.
And Claudia Gray did Lost Stars, which is a phenomenal book.
Great, highly recommend.
Highly, yeah. That if I was gonna recommend books, I would say Lost Stars, Bloodline.
Excuse me.
There's a new one coming out, Life Debt, about Chewie and Han. And then there's Lords of the Sith, Tarkin, Dark Disciple. Those are all really good books that I would recommend if you like to read books and you like to read
some of the old Legends books from the early '90s and late '80s are very good too. That kind of explains like what directly happened after the Battle of Endor. There's some good ones.
If you want to stay with canon, I would recommend.
I mean, it depends what you prefer, but there's always good stuff.
There's good reading. But bouncing off Bloodline, there's actually a juicy secret that has been put on YouTube, and it's about Vader in this book. And I haven't gotten to it yet, and I don't want it spoiled, so I didn't look at it or whatever. But I'm pretty sure Ryan Johnson, Ryan Johnson, who is directing Episode 8, had a hand in this book, Bloodline, this book right here. He had say in what she put in it. He wanted her to put a certain thing in there that could be seen in Episode 8. And that makes me really excited to finish this book so I can...
So that makes you... That would probably... I think that makes the reader want to read it more.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I mean... Would you? I mean, I've pretty much said
guys,
that you
I don't like
it.
I don't like reading it, and I probably will read it right after.
He's
done.
It's by far one of my favorite books.
I mean, yeah, I rarely read besides school. I can't.
Yeah,
I
it's
get bored.
The tying of the movies that were like incredibly that did such an amazing job in tying in something else that can help further the plot line or
right. It's
kind of like the canon and stuff like that. Yeah, it's this book happens I think it's in the years before now. So it's about Leia and how she's dealing with everything. Like Han's gone a lot. Chewie's not even in. Chewie's mentioned maybe once, but he's not with Han right now. And when we see them in The Force Awakens, it seems like they've been together
for a little.
So I'm gonna find out in this book, hopefully, what makes this Force Awakens happen. And they've mentioned Luke and Ben, which we all know is Kylo Ren, and it's more of like the backstory. You see more of how Han and Leia were after the war, and it's like how they connected, and it's just a really good book, guys. I would recommend it. But now let's go into the comics. We had a couple comics come out in the last 2 weeks.
Oh my
when we
God.
weren't.
Last time we were talking about the C. Don't even get me started on the C-3PO.
No. It just.
Did Poe Dameron? Didn't they make a new one?
Yeah, well, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it lately. It's just they continued it off. He made it to the planet and is trying to find Laura Santeca, like he is trying to find, he's trying to find the guy. You know the beginning, Tyler, of Force Awakens. He finds that it has Poe and the old guy.
Yeah.
So this will make things right.
Yeah.
That's his mission in these comics.
Oh, so
is to find Laura Santeca. So this
So it's
happens
like
like maybe a
explains
year.
how he finds him.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Or
Yeah,
why
so,
he's going.
So
there.
in issue 2, he lands on this planet, and Laura Santeca's been there, but he's not there now. So he's just pretty much behind him by a little bit.
He's kind of like following his tracks. Almost.
Yes, yeah. And he like meets these people, and they're just like, we don't want to deal with you. Like you're evil. And then all of a sudden, like they get bombed.
You're bad juju.
Yeah. But they get bombed, and all of a sudden, Poe's like, I can help you, and the First Order's there. They don't know that the First Order's on that base, but
right.
they are there, and that's where we left off. And I don't know. I haven't seen anything
I
yet.
feel like
And by the way, guys, May 7th. Free comic book day.
Yeah,
Take advantage. Go to comic book stores because you get the same. You could buy them online, but you don't get the experience of going into a comic book store and meeting people like me or George or Tyler.
You don't get to meet cool nerds.
Yeah. This kid. We can literally talk about DC superheroes and stuff like that.
He wrote an essay on the Justice League.
4 solid pages.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Like,
and that's like me writing about Star Wars and posting about Star Wars. Like it's my. It's me. It's what we love.
Going back. Sorry to interrupt. Going back to the Poe Dameron, it would be kind of interesting if they put perspective when the First Order came into power too. That'd be kind of interesting.
They've already been in power.
What's the span? Because like I've always been curious.
I want to say in the comic book it's maybe a year or so because he's been looking forever for him.
So it's been pretty recent that the First Order came up.
Yes. Yeah. In Bloodline, I'm starting to learn that they're starting to come. The First Order, is
and that's like what, about 2-3 years before Force Awakens, maybe 5.
Yeah, roughly. I'd say 2 or 3.
So by the time of Force Awakens, they've probably been relevant for about 3 years.
3 or 4 years, yeah. And Ben.
So they're relatively
probably
new.
Yeah.
It's not like the Empire in the old trilogy where they've been in power
for 20, 30 years.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's a good comic. I really enjoyed it, and it's like I said, not a lot of people know how to write Star Wars, and are really good at it. And these people are really, really good with the comics. Then there was an issue of Vader, issue number 18, I think, 18 or 19. But it was.
I think you told me it was 19.
Yeah, 19. And it was Vader. I didn't read that one thoroughly. Sometimes these comics just go in one head and out the other.
Right.
If nothing's really happening for me, I flip the page. I don't like to read dialogue, but I should because it's all canon. It's all canon, so I should do that more.
We can even go to the new Titanfall EA Sports collaboration for the new Star Wars video game. If you want to do a little extra on that.
Yeah, we got time. We can do that. We can hit that up.
Hey guys, if you didn't know, obviously Battlefront, huge game. Actually, if you've ever played Titanfall, it's not really. I don't really think any of us really like it.
I mean, it's
okay.
It's all right.
They're actually going to collaborate with EA Sports, and they're going to make
Sports, EA
whatever. Screw you. And they're going to make a third person. So this isn't like a first person shooter like Battlefront. It's kind of like an action adventure kind of thing. I don't know. What's your guys' thoughts?
I think
it's great.
It depends on what era they do. Because you could.
I don't want to do the old trilogy again. I want them to kind of venture.
I think they should do Clone Wars. In my opinion, they should do Clone Wars where you can go, you can get a regiment, be like, I don't know, maybe you can make your own character, or you can be like Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, anybody like that, and go fight in the Clone Wars. I think it
would also make sense to go in between episode
2 and 3, or well, wait, hold up, 6 and 7.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. You could do that too.
You could create your own character.
Yeah,
be more creative.
That would be fun. What do you think, Tito?
I mean, I haven't read a whole lot about it, but it'd be interesting because I always like the games about like the Clone Wars, But
because that's my favorite, like, in between stories, because in episode 4, like, Obi-Wan's like, he tells Luke that his dad was a good pilot, and
they mentioned the Clone
and he's
Wars.
like his best friend, but you don't really see that in episode 2. Like it just ruins what Obi-Wan's telling.
That's why I was glad for the show because it kind of
it got that chemistry together. Like they were really
like,
brothers.
Together,
And I honestly, if they do a live action, they need to do a live action Clone Wars movie and
Just
have
a
Dave
movie.
Filoni, the creator of Rebels and the Clone Wars, direct it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because he's a phenomenal director
and he knows that.
He knows Star Wars. He's literally a fanboy working his dream job, literally. But I mean, that's just I love the Clone Wars. The Clone Wars. See, there's so much you can do with it because there's so much time. There's 2 to 3 years between episode 2 and episode 3 that we don't really know, and I love how they use the animated show into put plot points. But you can do more with it in that live action movie. Because in Rebels, we find out that Ahsoka's still alive. She survived Order 66. And, like, supposedly she was there when Anakin and Obi-Wan left to go save the Chancellor. And I would love to see that.
Right.
Also, in book news, they are making an Ahsoka book that is coming out this fall.
That would be kind of
so
interesting.
that sounds like a good read to me. I love Ahsoka. What are you guys' thoughts on Ahsoka?
I mean, Ahsoka for me, it was always like kind of sad because she was almost forced to leave. I mean, she left on her own, but it was kind of sad. And that'd be kind of interesting to see like what happened.
Like her journey.
Yeah.
Journey in between her leading the Order
and then when we see her in Rebels where she's all powerful.
Oh, it'd be pretty cool to see like where she's at in the Clone Wars, like the animated series, to like see how she's progressed as a Jedi, then how she likes, and it's cool because she spans like the
she connects from the
she's like a bridge between the original trilogy and
she's Anakin Skywalker's freaking Padawan. They never told us that he had a Padawan until the animated series, which is awesome because I mean. You never thought of Anakin Skywalker.
Which he technically never was a Jedi Master either.
No.
Which is kind of crazy that he actually got to have it.
T-Tel needs to get on our Rebels recap show.
And slacking.
Yeah, you got all summer, buddy.
Yeah, that's true.
You got all summer.
There's only like 8 episodes because we started like halfway through.
Yeah, but he'll get the gist of it.
Yeah. So I don't know any final thoughts.
Well, we've also got some more comics.
So
we got Anakin Obi-Wan issue number 4, and in episode 2, you know how the Gundarks. Remember how they're talking about the Gundarks?
Right.
This is where they do the Gundark thing.
Oh,
he saves him from the Gundarks.
Right.
This is the situation that happens.
Where he's like in the beginning. Oh, what about
the Gundar nest of Gundarks, and it's like you fell into that trap master and all that other stuff. But this is where it happens, and Anakin's being taken from Obi-Wan by these 2 people that are like it's very hard to explain. There's like 2 sides fighting each other. One side is they both think they're doing good, but they're both kind of iffy. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they take Anakin, but they have flashbacks of when Anakin, because Anakin at this point is like thinking, oh, I just want to leave the Order. I don't want to do. He's not really believing in the prophecy that has been given to him.
Right.
He doesn't know if he really is the chosen one or not. So it just goes into a whole bunch of stuff. In the last issue, Palpatine and Anakin were actually in a bar, and they got into a scuffle with a drunk senator, and and Palpatine just brushed him all off because obviously we all know that he's a Sith Lord. So I mean, who's gonna mess with that guy? But I like the pace.
One of the most powerful ones.
I like and it was good pace. I'm really liking how they can get the prequels, make the prequels seem a little bit better than they really, a little bit better.
Which I mean, the prequels have their faults and they have.
But the story, though.
Yeah.
The story is really what matters, and I mean, put the acting, put the bad directing, put the too much. Yes, yeah.
Oh, don't even get me started on Darth Jar Jar Binks, please. No.
Yeah, and it's just they get a bad.
Sith Lord.
Oh God, you just went there. Oh man. All right, Well, guys,
We're gonna sign off here.
Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter, Lord Vader 2123, or you can tweet at us at Sith Council Videos on Twitter. You should do that. Get us some Twitter questions.
Or
we
just
can
leave
read
a
on.
comment on the YouTube video.
Yeah. What about you, Georgie?
Just say my Twitter name. So
Oh, at # _polos. And then the new member, Darth Ginger.
At Tyler_Tell. That's TOELLE.
And yeah, as always, may the Force be with you.